لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. This is As You Answer the Call. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular anchor, welcoming you to another edition of the program. As part of its preparations for the 2025 Hajj, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has begun the process of securing airliners for the airlift of Nigerian pilgrims during the forthcoming Hajj exercise. In this edition of the program, our Spotlight segment will focus on how NAHCON goes about enlisting the services of airliners that will give Nigerian pilgrims value for money and also ensure their safety and comfort during the Hajj operation. Also in the package, we have other regular segments such as Making the Hajj and NAHCON News Diary, which highlight the activities of NAHCON and other stakeholders in the Hajj industry. Still coming your way is the announcement of the quiz winner. Keep watching.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program kicks off with the News Diary. Stay with us.
Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf says his administration will continue to support the State Pilgrims Welfare Board in order to ensure smooth Hajj operations, particularly during the 2025 Hajj. The governor stated this at the State Government House while receiving the 2024 Hajj report. He promised to resolve challenges peculiar to Hajj operations in the state. Governor Abba appreciated the board for the success recorded in 2024 Hajj exercise, saying the achievements on pilgrims' feeding, accommodation and healthcare services will be further improved upon in the 2025 Hajj. Speaking at the event, the State Deputy Governor, who doubled as the 2024 Amirul Hajj, Aminu Abdul Salam Gwarzo, thanked the governor for giving his team the opportunity to serve the guests of Allah, noting that Kano State pilgrims were found to be worthy ambassadors of the state and Nigeria in general. The Executive Secretary of Ogun State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board, Alhaji Ajibola Taiwo, has sought the support of the Nigerian Immigration Service towards a hitch-free Hajj operation. The Secretary made the appeal during a courtesy visit to the Nigerian Immigration Service Command in Abeokuta. He described the Nigerian Immigration Service as a strategic partner playing an important role during the Hajj exercises, particularly with regards to the issuance of passports to intending pilgrims. While appreciating the command for its cooperation and support, Alhaji Ajibola is optimistic that the NIS will sustain the relationship for the success of the 2025 Hajj and beyond. Responding, the State NIS Comptroller, Mr. Aliyu Akadiri, said the command is conversant with Hajj activities, assuring that necessary steps will be taken for timely issuance of passports to prospective pilgrims. Meanwhile, as part of the plans for the 2025 Hajj exercise, the Saudi Ministry for Hajj and Umrah has released advisory health guidelines for intending pilgrims. The health guidelines announced a few weeks ago partly states that only healthy and physically fit individuals will be allowed to perform the pilgrimage, noting that the decision is because of the anticipated extreme weather conditions during the Hajj season. The ministry further said that intending pilgrims with severe medical conditions such as kidney, heart, lung and liver diseases will not be permitted to participate. Also, individuals diagnosed with dementia or contagious diseases like tuberculosis and whooping cough are barred from Hajj. The Health Ministry said the measures reflect Saudi Arabia's commitment to ensuring the well-being of all pilgrims during the sacred journey.
Alhamdulillah, you are still watching As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other Hajj-related matters. Walking through its plans for the 2025 Hajj exercise, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is already laying the groundwork to secure the services of airliners for the airlift of Nigerian pilgrims during the 2025 Hajj operations. Up next in the Spotlight segment, we shall focus on what the Commission is doing to ensure that the right set of airliners are engaged. Stay with us.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
Airlift of pilgrims is a critical component of Hajj operations. This is so because it is the primary means of transporting millions of pilgrims from various parts of the world to Saudi Arabia. For Nigeria, being one of the countries with a large contingent of pilgrims, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria is responsible for organizing and overseeing the logistics of Hajj operations, including securing the services of airliners to facilitate this journey of a lifetime.
On the number of aircraft is provided.
Engineer Habib Bello is an assistant director in the aviation division at NAHCON. He gives an insight.
Because of the distance from various parts of the world, and the only means which can facilitate the speed at which we can achieve our goal is through the airline. So these are the things that is much important that we need to pay more attention to. And as it is today, we all know what is actually going on in the aviation sectors concerning the fuel aspect and the airfare and all those things. So basically, for Hajj operation, we are actually managing the situation in order to make sure that we have a very little or better fare for pilgrims who are actually traveling for that aspect.
Consistent with NAHCON's policy, the Commission has over the years developed a strategy to guide its process of securing the services of airliners that will participate in the airlift of pilgrims during the exercise.
We have the procedure which is actually in place and which needed to be followed. And those procedures, one of the major things we do is we roll out an advert for any interested airline who can participate for airlifting Nigerian pilgrims from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia. Most times when we roll out this, we expect different airlines from different areas to come in place, not only in Nigeria.
In the advert released recently, NAHCON management spelled out the requirements to be fulfilled for the issuance of operational license. These include, among other things, having a valid air transport license, air operating permit, air operating certificate. The airliner must be active operationally and designated on the Nigeria-Saudi route by authorities from Nigeria and Saudi Arabia. Evidence of ownership of aircrafts or credible lease agreement, ability to make available reliable flight schedules for the operation not less than 8 weeks before the commencement of the airlift, and each applicant shall appear for screening on a date to be communicated by the Commission after receipt of the completed application forms.
When we talked about rolling out the advert, we give a 6 weeks interval that we roll out the advert towards the end of the submission. So within that 6 weeks, we expect for any serious airline to put in place all requirements. So once you can put in place all requirements, there's no problem with us. But if you are unable, up till the time of opening of the applications, you are unable to do that, then we are not going to entertain anything.
NAHCON further states in the advert that the 26th of November 2024 is the final day for the submission of applications. The next step is to inaugurate the 2025 Hajj Screening Committee and then the Aviation Monitoring Committee. When the committees come on stream, the screening process is expected to commence. Essentially, the committees draw its membership from Nigerian aviation-related agencies such as Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, and the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria FAN, among others.
And what we do is they all go through screening. Because first and foremost, when they did their submission, they are all document the submission, the airline document the submission. When they do all this, we place them on the aspect that, okay, we open the bid, which they have put in place, and everybody will see. So when they ascertain the submission that they did, then we proceed on the screening, whereby we invite all experts from various Nigerian civil aviation to partake in the aspect of the screening. Vis-a-vis, we have the NCAA, we have the NAMA, we have the NIMET, and we have the NISCB, and we have the FAN as well. Still
on the screening, Engineer Habib Bello further explains.
We actually claim them to be the Aviation Monitoring Committee. So these are the people who are experts in terms of aviation. And the chairman of that committee usually be a director from Ministry of Aviation. So he is going to head the committee. So we are going to sit down alongside with state members or representatives who will partake in that screening. Then as well as we have ICPC, they are actually involved. We have the custom, they are actually involved, and we have the immigration as well. They all partake in the screening exercise, whereby we interface with the airliners. We ask them some questions, and we ask them how are they going to perform. And we want to know how many aircraft are they going to provide for the operation. So these are the things that we do. And when we looked at them, whoever that did well among them, we send out our reports to the presidency, notifying them that these are the people that actually scale through based on our findings and the screening that we do. So from there, once the federal government did the approval, then we pronounce it out.
As a major policy of NAHCON, indigenous airliners are strongly encouraged to participate in the airlift operation. This is to boost their business and support Nigeria's economy. While doing this, the Commission takes into consideration the ability of the companies to provide aircrafts that can accommodate the number of pilgrims allocated to Nigeria.
When we begin the allocation of pilgrims to airlines, majorly we put our own carriers as first. We put them to consideration. It depends on the number of aircraft they are providing. So if you provide 2 or 3 airlines, then you get more of allocation. Like Max here, I can give you an example. He has 3 airlines, 3 aircraft. He has a 2 747 and 1 777. So somebody that has such kind of thing, how do you expect? You expect to give him more of allocation than any other person, because each of the 747 he lifts 560 pilgrims at a go. So this is where we have that development for our own carriers as well. So we give them more privilege than those outside. And if a foreign carrier has more aircraft as well, we give them the privilege, because we don't want lapses. We want a seamless airlift.
In addition to this, the success recorded in previous airlifts stands a testament to an airliner's rating during screening and possible approval by NAHCON.
When we return from Saudi Arabia, we sit down, we put heads together, we look at the performance. These are the things that comes out from our reports. So we look at the performance of each of the aircraft, each of the airline, to see who performed better than other. So these are part of the things we give consideration upon. So that by the time we're coming up for the upcoming Hajj operation, we tell them that you perform so well in so time, and we believe you are going to perform better than the previous year. So these are privileges that we give to most of our airliners who have actually performed well. But for someone who is just coming for the first time, we've not operated with him for the first time before, we look, if depends on the number of aircraft is provided, and where are those aircraft are coming from. And the major thing that we put more consideration upon is the AOC.
Similarly, the Saudi Government Authority of Civil Aviation, GACA, has also its requirements that must be fulfilled, one of which is the submission of bank guarantee by the airlines. This is to safeguard against abuse of contractual agreements, particularly on flights movement. Indeed, NAHCON's goal is to ensure that Nigerian pilgrims enjoy a smooth and comfortable travel experience from departure to arrival in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and back home. Overall, NAHCON's strategic planning and early engagement with airlines will no doubt play a critical role in ensuring the success of the 2025 Hajj operations.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
MashaAllah, the program is As You Answer the Call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Keep watching.
Hajj is one of the pillars of Islam.
The circumambulation of the Holy Kaaba is a pillar of the major pilgrimage.
Arafah is the most significant pillar of Hajj. Whoever misses Arafah has missed Hajj.
The most important benefit of Hajj is to be born again.
And Al-Hajj al-Mabrur, accepted Hajj, has no any reward except the paradise.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم.
In the course of performing the Hajj, men and women are expected to take part in observing all the Hajj rites. But in certain matters, there are separate rules for women. What are these rules peculiar to women? How are the Islamic scholars interpreting these rules in relation to the dynamics of Hajj? On Making the Hajj tonight, Malama Khadija Gambo Hawaja answers these and other questions. She begins by explaining the concept of Hajj in Islam.
For Muslims, when we say I have gone for Hajj, it simply means I have gone to visit the house of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, as enshrined in the Quran, where Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says in Surah Ali Imran, chapter verse 97, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, walillahi 'alan nas hajjul bayti man istata'a ilayhi sabila." That Allah is adept upon what nas here used upon all men and women inclusive, that Allah has a debt on all of them, is an obligation on all of them to visit the house of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. But then a caveat was put there that only for those who have the capability and ability.
For women, being able to go for Hajj is not just enough. There is another condition, says the Islamic scholar.
Permission for woman is one condition that must be met before a woman can travel for Hajj. But then again, even on this permission, scholars differ. Some are of the opinion, and many of them, Jamhur said, it means majority said, if the Hajj she's going for is Hajj al-Farida, meaning the first Hajj which is compulsory, then the husband has no say. Whether with or without his permission, she can go. While others say, well, if it is Hajj that is not Farida, the normal Hajj that people go, because I want to go and do Hajj, I have done the first one. They said on that, the permission of the husband must be sought. And if he says no, then if she goes out, she has disobeyed Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And there's even a possibility that Allah will not accept that Hajj. So you see how scholars differ.
Similarly, another condition is that women performing the Hajj will be required to have a mahram or a male guardian to accompany them. The mahram may be the husband or any man the woman is not permitted to marry.
They are divided into three. The first category of mahram are those that are close to her because of lineage, blood, relationship of blood. Her father, her son, her brother, the son of her brother, the son of her sister, her uncle, maternally and paternally. So these are the people that she shared common blood with. But you can also bring the husband, his mahram, not the husband. So that's the first category, based on blood relationship. Then there's a category of mahram also that is not of blood relationship, but it has to do with a rida'a, meaning they were fed together. For example, she may have lost her mother while she was a baby, and then her aunt or somebody, not even her aunt, for example, decided to bring her up to breastfeed her. And so that child that she was breastfed with, assuming the woman has a son, so it means that son has also become her mother, her brother, not by blood, but because of a common mother who breastfed them.
Then, who is the number 3?
The third one is those that you are related to them because of marriage. For example, your in-law, the father to your husband has become your mahram. The son of your husband has become your mahram. These two people have become mahram. The husband of your mother has become your mahram. The husband of your mother has become mahram to you. Now, so all these people can accompany a woman. So where none of them is there to accompany her, scholars also differ.
On this, some scholars say she can go with a trustworthy group of people. Such group include officials of Pilgrims Board, among others. Another rule for women is when they are observing the waiting period known as idda, either as a result of husband's death or divorce.
If a woman, al-mu'tadda, a woman who is observing waiting period, that waiting period could be out of divorce or death or dead. For example, a woman whose husband has divorced her. Many scholars say she cannot travel during the idda period. Why? They said because in Surah Al-Talaq, Allah said, لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة. So, لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن. Do not remove them from their homes. ولا يخرجن, and they must not go out of their homes. So they said, they understood this to mean that during that waiting period of idda, a woman must not go for Hajj, inclusive. That even going out for Hajj, she should not go, she should wait until the period is over. Some scholars speculated that. Now on the issue of death, but some said no, she can go.
Alhamdulillah. Now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and also the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, which type of Hajj did the Prophet ﷺ perform? The correct answer is, the Prophet ﷺ performed Hajj Qiran. The winner is Amina Rabi'u from Niger State. She provided the answer ahead of others. Amina Rabi'u will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach her with the prize she won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, what differentiates Hajj Qiran from Hajj Tamattu'i? Again, what differentiates Hajj Qiran from Hajj Tamattu'i? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing.
Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
Salama to Yusuf from Lagos State sent in the first message. It reads, we are grateful to NAHCON for this educative and informative program as you answer the call. Keep it up. Abdullahi Mohammed from Nasarawa State sent in the second message. It says, we appreciate how NAHCON quiz segment helps us to conduct research on Hajj and Islam generally. May Allah reward you all.
The message segment ends this week's edition of the program. See you same time, same day next week with another edition of the program. But before we go, remember that you can send your messages, comments, observations and questions through our mobile phone number and other social media platforms. Once again, thanks for watching. Ma'asalam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا